Welcome to Finland. I've been on the road for 2 months now, traveling to the other Nordic countries, and now I finally arrived here in Finland, which means a lot to me because I really love this country. It feels very special and very unique to be here. It's just different from everything else that I know, and from time to time I really just have a longing to come back to Finland, and now I'm finally here. And there's a beautiful evening sky over there. I'm still in the very far north. I'm even further north than Inarjärvi, which means that there's still a lot to explore. There are so many places in this country that I already know that I would like to show you, and of course many more places that I haven't seen so far that I would love to explore for the very first time. So welcome to Finland. Cute fox over there. Foxes always want to know what's going on. He's curious, but also a little shy. Still a small one. Remember, not too long ago I talked about this feather and how every loss in life makes space for something new. Maybe I just should have kept my mouth shut. Now I have a little problem. Yeah, I have a flat tire here, which is actually not funny at all, but yeah, that's just how it is. And now it also starts raining. What a mess. But yeah, now I will. You know, I also have this tire. You can only drive a very short distance, but it's a replacement for the other one until you get a new one. So I will just put this on the car and then we shall see. Okay, that's at least better than nothing for now. Somehow it's always this tire that I have to remove on this journey. This is the second time. Remember what I had to do in Jämtland? And now again. Okay, so now I'm looking for a place where somebody that can sell me a new tire. That looks better. I'm here at the garage and the guy repaired it with that thing here. And it feels very good to feel how pumped up it is again. After this problem was solved, I continued my journey and drove to an area I had visited several times before. What a nice evening, perfect to explore this area in the north of Finland. And it's a beautiful area, I will show you. Also with some animal encounters that are possible here. But I will show you later. There's also a reindeer over there, which happens very often up here in the north. All the time, to be more precisely. But that's not what I mean with animal encounters. I can also not promise that we will meet them, but I hope that we will meet them because I've met them before here in this area. I came to this place for the first time in summer 2021, so it was 2 years ago, and now this is the third time that I'm here. This water so still just gives me peace to be here. But on the other hand, it's also very dark and you don't know how deep it is. So it's also a bit mysterious. And then this perfect reflection on the water almost looks like reality. There's still some sunlight up there, so let's go up. This is a very impressive place. The water is so clear that you can literally see everything. This is one of my favorite places in Finland, and since I've been here several times, coming here almost feels like coming home. This is the spot where I had hoped to have the animal encounter I mentioned earlier. When I first came here, I was surprised by Siberian jays. These birds, known as Kuukkeli in Finnish, belong to the Corvidae family, which includes ravens and crows. While they don't look like ravens, they are closely related and share the same remarkable intelligence typical for this bird family. Siberian jays are famous for their trusting nature. At some point they seem to have learned that humans aren't a threat. When they spot hikers, they often come very close and may even sit on your hand, hoping for a snack. Being highly intelligent, they communicate effectively and quickly call their friends when there's food to be found. Unfortunately, this time I didn't encounter them. I even returned the next day, but they still didn't show up. Nevertheless, it was worth coming back. I took in the beauty of nature, and in a region as barren as Lapland, I was surprised to see so many lush green leaves growing along the river, and even within it. Since childhood, I've always been fascinated by underwater plants. Look at the way they move. Watching them felt like a glimpse into another world. Finnish Lapland is a place of profound solitude. The silence is so deep, it almost feels loud. Being alone in nature like this offers a unique opportunity to discover who you truly are. We are all shaped by the people we surround ourselves with. Once we only spend time alone, the true self comes through. Now in the evening the fish are getting very active. Fish like pikes start to hunt. I see rings on the water everywhere, and I've also seen 2 big fish jump out of the water. So there's a lot going on in this little lake right now. And the sun has just set and it's really getting dark again. Dark nights, that's something that I haven't seen for quite a while. I have to get used to that again. But I'm really looking forward to also see stars again. The nights growing darker again was just one of the signs that made me feel that summer was coming to an end. The temperatures were dropping and the first leaves started to turn yellow. But beyond all that, there was also something else that I can't put into words. When summer is over, you just feel it. And from now on, each day started to feel more and more like autumn. Luckily it's blueberry season right now, so I get to enjoy some freshly picked blueberries directly from the forest in my breakfast. That's a typical Finnish landscape, a swamp area with these small pine trees everywhere and blue lakes and ponds in between. And it's so quiet and peaceful, and that's what I love about it. My main reason to come here is not to go on epic adventures and to survive in the wild and stuff like that. No, it's just to enjoy the peace. Finnish nature is so clean and perfect. Being surrounded by that all the time calmed me down and helped me to bring structure and order into my life. At the beginning of this journey I was a pretty chaotic guy. By now I had already become much more orderly. Just look at these leaves. They teach us the value of order, precision and simplicity, and the beauty that comes from that. My newfound sense of order helped me to resolve an issue that had troubled me at the beginning of my trip. The clutter in my car. By moving more consciously and calmly, I began putting everything in its proper place. Over time, a natural structure emerged, which was a big relief. I just drove a little further south and ended up at this place here. That's where I will sleep tonight. It's next to a road, so it's nothing special, but it's okay. And as you can see, the nights are getting darker and darker. It's 11 p.m. now, and there's not a single cloud in the sky. So I guess tonight I could finally see some stars again. Look at that little light over there. Is this the perfect place to sleep? Well, from time to time a car drives by on this road. But on the other hand, it's still a road somewhere in the countryside of Finnish Lapland. So there's not that much going on at night. It's quiet enough to sleep. And that's what I will do now. Good night. Good morning. I just checked the time lapse that I took of the sky tonight, and it seems like there were some very subtle northern lights in it. Of course, the time lapse also makes everything a bit brighter than it looks in reality, so it also shows some details that you couldn't see just with your eye. But nevertheless, it seems like some northern lights were in the sky tonight, and it's still August. But I'm happy that I recorded them. Some rye bread for breakfast. Rye bread is very popular in Finland. Look at the ingredients. Rye, water, salt. No other unhealthy stuff that was added. And of course, as a German, I'm very happy to come to another country and to find some actual bread, not toast. That's just a small bun, but there are also actual big rye breads here in Finland. These reindeers are everywhere. They were just checking out my car. There's a white one. There's also a very big one, beautiful one over there. The road is very loud here. There are always cars going by. I moved away a little bit so that I don't have to enjoy my breakfast next to the road, but it's still not such a good place. So after I've eaten it, let's go somewhere else. Look where I ended up. I found a perfect spot. My hair is still wet because I just took a little shower with this big bottle. I always use these big bottles to shower when I don't feel like going into the actual lake itself. And there's a lake down there, a beautiful one. This was definitely another one of these peaceful places that I love so much about Finland. The lake was small but very special. Everything here looked like a painting that was too perfect to be perceived as realistic. Although the lake was not that big, it was big enough for me to do something that I had wanted to do since the beginning of the journey. I had this little boat with me the whole time, but I never used it on this trip until now. This thing is so small, but it works. It works, and it's big enough for me to lay in here and relax. Wow. Look at the beautiful reflection of the cloud. This is so nice. I don't get it. Why have I never done this before on this trip? It's so easy, but I'm glad that I do it now. There are two beautiful whooper swans over there, the national bird of Finland. And the mosquito situation is getting more and more intense. Luckily, I'm prepared. The only disadvantage about this place is the fact that there's a road over there. So besides the calls of the swans, I can also hear some cars. But the road is not visible. It must be somewhere over there. Do you hear the swans? As dusk slowly descended over the small lake, it took on a mysterious aura. And beneath its surface lay indeed secrets that revealed themselves to me in unexpected ways. After failing to catch a fish, I went to sleep. Nature around me was utterly still. No movement on the water. No wind in the trees, just silence. Not only did this location provide another opportunity for me to find more beautiful underwater plants, but since I had not seen any fish the previous evening, I was very happy that this changed the next day. Good morning, although it's not morning anymore, it's in the middle of the day. Young perches are swimming around in this lake, and they're not that shy. It's pretty easy to watch them from here and to film them and everything. I guess this lake is good for fishing, but for now I want to just sit here and watch them. You can actually learn a lot about animals by just watching their behavior. It's very interesting. There's one right there. When I was asked as a child what my hobbies were, I said watching frogs. I just loved to sit by a pond and watch frogs. For me, this lake was just a small part of the world, but for these perches, it was the world. Let's go on another boat trip. This is so perfect and so relaxing. The sound of the soft, gentle waves, beautiful and clean nature everywhere around me. And I also love the fact that I can just lay in here. Theoretically, I could just take a nap. Although this is just such a tiny boat and so lightweight, it enables me to just go on a trip like this with no effort. That's what I love about it. Laying in the sun in the middle of a lake. Perfect. It's a little bit of a challenge to get out of the boat here, but it works. Yeah, now I'm hungry. Time to cook some food. No, my food did not actually consist of spruce needles. That was just a tea that I brewed myself before I ate, because so many spruces grew around my camp and I liked the idea of using them for tea. The actual meal consisted of fried potatoes and eggs. It's a very nutritious dish that's easy to make and always tastes good, especially when you're out in nature. I went over to the lake to eat there. It was actually the last time that I got to enjoy this wonderful view, because a little later I got an unexpected message. I ate, I drank, and now I will leave Finland. I know that comes out of nowhere, but the reason is a friend of mine who lives in Sweden invited me to go with him on a fishing trip. And I definitely want to use that opportunity to learn from someone who's way more experienced when it comes to fishing than I am. Maybe we'll also go over to Norway and go fishing there. We shall see. But however, see you again in Sweden or Norway. And after that, I come back to Finland and the Finland journey will be continued. Please note that this was just one of many episodes about this road trip. Here's a playlist with all episodes. It's also linked in the video description. A big thank you goes out to the musicians who let me use their music in my videos. Check out their sites, the links are also in the video description. Thanks for watching.